The time when Thor has to remember how to do this.
Come on now.
Good job.
That was all the buttons in a row that were correct.
Good job.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My name is Thor. This is It's All Fish and Chips, the podcast. And man, again, I'm still a little under the weather. I still have this cough. I still just desperately want to cough into this microphone. This is episode 27 of the podcast, 27 episodes down. We're approaching the big 3-0, looking at hitting 30 here soon. Very excited about that. We'll start working on our early midlife crisis at that point. You're starting on your 30s, you're looking at the downhill slide to 50. It's very exciting. Something to look forward to. So as I said, my name is Thor. Sitting directly to my left, we have Bubby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, very professional, Bubby.
Fancy.
Fancy. Sounds like one of them voiceover people. Sitting next to Bubby is
Bum bum.
nobody, because again, Tyler is not here. This time, Tyler has decided to open up a swimming pool in his kitchen. And that's not going well, and he is at home dealing with that. Next to the empty chair that would be Tyler, and if he gave us any notice whatsoever, would be a special guest, we have Amanda.
Hi.
There's Amanda. Fresh off of not getting a haircut. So that's very exciting.
Blame it on the weather.
Yeah. We've got, for those of you playing along at home, the weather has been a bitter cold here in Missouri. We also had a little bit of snow here over the weekend. Not much. They were calling it 1 to 3 inches. I'm going to say we got, 3/4 of an inch maybe?
I feel
Maybe
like
an
I
inch.
got like an inch and a
Oh,
half at
yeah.
my house at least.
I had to sweep it off my Jeep.
Yeah.
It was about that.
like
You guys saw as you coming in, you can still see the grass in my front yard.
Oh.
It's patchy at best. We didn't get a ton of snow here. Roads are a little slick this morning, coming back home as well, but nothing to write home about.
It's freezing.
It is cold, though. High temperature today was like a
9.
9, and it started out in the negatives when I was going in this morning. So, there are people who got it way worse than us. Like the people out there in the Midwest, it's like negative 40 out there. They open up that door and you can just see the fog rolling into their house every time they open up a thing.
So we're recording this on Monday, and yesterday on my way to church, it was -6.
Yeah, it was. That's God telling you don't go to church, Bubby. That's God telling you to stay in the house. It's too cold out there.
Well, many of our members did stay at home.
Well, last night, it was bitter cold, and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I realize there's a draft coming from one of my windows. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And I start kind of poking at it a little bit, and the latch that's on the outside of the two windows has come, as the screws have kind of loosened up a little bit on it. And so now it's not latching. So the top window is falling down, and the bottom one's raised up just a hair. So now that cold air is just pouring in. This is like 9:30 at night. So now I'm like, here we go. And I have the kind of windows that have the two little latches on top so you can lean them in at you.
Right, yep, I have that.
So I got to lean the bottom one in. It's negative degrees outside. I got to lean the bottom one in so I can fix the latch. And then once I fix the latch, I still realize that there's still everything's not lining up 100%. And the window's not, because this is an old house. This house was built in 1930. So things settle and things get a little out of trim. And that top window is not sitting quite right either. So I spent a good 20 minutes with that window basically open to my house as I'm messing with this lock, trying to get everything sealed up. And I can't get it. I pull the window back down. I push the window back up. And then all of a sudden, boop, everything just snaps into place and the window locks itself and all the draft goes away. And I'm like,
Walk away.
Right, that's exactly what happens. I was like, I'm going to bed. I am done with this shenanigans.
Meanwhile, you have a really cold bedroom.
No, this was downstairs in my kitchen.
Oh, okay.
So, And then the back door, you have to keep the back door locked because the seal is not great if the door is not locked. And you just feel that cold air just come whipping underneath that door if you don't have that door locked.
Mm-hmm.
So old houses, they're full of drafts.
Our preschool side of the church has a double doors, and they're metal, and you can just see there's a gap in between the middle of them. Like, there's
all your hot
There's
air.
a reason this hallway is cold right now.
Yeah, all your hot air is just whipping out through that crack.
It's like, I need to tell our facilities manager so he get that fixed.
We have a rolling door in the back of my workplace in my shop that I work out of. And today I was like, nope, this door ain't opening today. I don't care what you people got to do. You're going around the long way because this door is not opening up today. We had half of our heat out.
No.
So I've got 2 heating units in my shop, and one of them when I walked in this morning was dead. It's just had a little error on the little screen. It's like, we tried to make heat for like the last couple hours and nothing's happening. It's got like 4 degrees colder since then. And I was like, oh, bonus. So last year the heat had gone out. Both of them had gone out last year. And so I'd bought like 4 space heaters to put in there. Now I had to find them because it's been a year. And everyone had claimed those space heaters for their offices and stuff. And I was like, nope, I bought them. These are mine, kids. I'm sorry it's cold in your office. You better get to Walmart and get your heater.
You haven't been in my office in a while, but I've got a fireplace heater in there.
Oh, do you? Did you figure out the thermostat or no? Because last time we talked about your office, you did not have the ability to adjust the temperature because you didn't know how any of that worked.
Well, it's ran by a computer in a server room.
Yeah.
And so the facilities manager takes care of that. I just tell him if I want it up or down, but now I turn that fireplace on and my office gets nice and toasty.
Nice. But you got that call this morning, didn't you? Oh, no, you're outside of town, aren't you? You're not in City Utilities.
Yes, I am. And I did get that phone call.
Man, did you get that call this morning?
Well, my sister did.
Yeah, so our City Utilities called this morning and said, hey, we ain't got no natural gas. All them pipes is frozen coming into Springfield. Can you turn off your heaters and just wear a coat the rest of the day?
Pretty much what it's.
Which I said, get wrecked, City Utilities. Figure your crap out. Because I'm all for one and one for all, but this is the second year in a row you guys have been screwing around.
Our husses, thermostat's already set low enough to keep our living room cool.
Yeah.
So
I don't need to be turning nothing down. As you can see behind Amanda there, Bubby, I got that space heater running because it's cold and I ain't going to die.
Yeah.
Let them other people die. This is how
limit your electronic use. Well, here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Limit your electronic use. I got everything fired up. I got all the lights on. It's a wild animal. I'm not paying attention. I'm not following your rules, City Utilities.
Computer, microphones.
Yeah, come get
console.
Come get me, City Utilities.
I have the good room in my house. It's the one that has most interior walls. So my room is either like 10 degrees warmer than the rest of the house or 10 degrees colder than the rest of the house.
Do you leave
very nice.
Do you leave your door open then at all to help?
Yep.
Okay.
So 10 degrees warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer? Okay. And not the opposite way, which would suck?
Then why would I have the best room?
All right. So this house, like I said, built in 1930, did not have central air when they built this house because that was not a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So our upstairs has 2 returns. Two heat comes out of vents total in all of the upstairs. And they're both right by the doors going into the room because they ran it. There used to be an old fireplace here, like a coal. They used to use coal or oil or whatever they used to run the heat in this house. And so they took the vents, like the what do you call it? Help me out here, Bubby.
The registers?
No, like the tubes. The tubes that the heat flows through.
Ductwork.
The ductwork. Thank you. Duct tape.
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. They took the ductwork and ran it up through that old chimney space. Well, the only 2 places it can come out is like where that chimney passes the 3rd floor of this house. And so it just kind of dumps it into the bedrooms. Both of them are behind a door. So if you have the door open, you're just blocking all the heat. So you have to like mostly close the door to get the heat going up there, and it don't keep it warm or cold up there. So I've got a little radiant heater up there right now, trying to keep the bedroom warm. And then during the summer, I got a window unit for the air conditioning because it just doesn't keep up. Mm-hmm. Old houses, that's the problems you get.
Yeah, my bedroom or bathroom in the hallway is the warmest room in the house, and it's Parker's bathroom, and of course he has to have the door closed all the time.
Now, why does he? Because he's doing stuff in there.
No, because he's scared of scary things. That's what he says.
Okay.
I'm like, there's no scary things in our house.
Like Slender Man, scary things.
Well, he's had
Five Nights at
nightmares before, and to him, they are real or could come true. And so, if a door is open, then scary thing could be in there.
Yeah, that's how things get you.
But like the closet, the monsters that hide in the closet, the door is closed when they're hiding in there.
He doesn't have any doors on his closet. He made me take them off.
Oh, because things were living in there, and he wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Yeah,
You got the ETs in your closets, like in the movie.
Actually has his dresser in there now, inside the closet now.
Little Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. What?
E.T.
E.T. Yeah.
Had him hiding in the closet with all the stuffed animals. Little Drew Barrymore.
He's got a teddy bear.
So this was a movie, Amanda. Long
I
time.
know.
Okay, just checking. Sometimes
There's a few rides I can ride at Universal.
Oh, that's true.
Studios.
Amanda's been on.
ET.
That's a good ride too, because
It's a fun ride.
It's
you want to
right-
sit up
right
front
behind.
though. Don't sit in the back. You want to sit up front. That's the best view of that ride. That's my travel tip for you kids. When you go to Universal Studios in Orlando, make sure you sit in the front seat. And trust me, you can, because no one is riding that ride. That ride is a walk-up ride every single time, which is what I like about it.
We were talking about Bubby's office and your office.
Uh-huh.
I learned that I'm going to get kicked out of my office for 3 months.
No.
What's happening? Are they
They're redoing all of the offices.
okay? Let's just say that.
That
Well, that's
whole
good.
level.
Yeah,
It needs to be done. That's good.
Yeah. So the offices that Amanda's in, I don't know what they were originally, but this was a long time ago, whatever the originally was, and they've just kind of bodged in stuff as time has gone on. It's wood paneling, first of all. Everything in there is wood paneling.
Not everything.
There's
Most, like half and half.
There's a lot of wood paneling in there, like 1970s wood.
I know the
paneling.
roof leaks.
Oh yeah, everything.
A lot.
Everything over
Why we
there.
have a roof. Probably leak less if it was open.
We're not keeping any rain out. Might as well get rid of the roof.
Just trapping
Skylight.
it and keeping it for later.
So they're gonna you're gonna get they're gonna fancy it up, or are they just undoing the
They're redoing a lot. I think
The
they're taking it
nastiness
down
that's
to
in
the
there.
studs,
yeah.
Wow.
building it back up. So
There you go.
So where are you guys going?
no idea.
Going to be at the annex. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's nice and warm out there.
no, I don't think that's really. Because it starts in March. So.
Ooh. Oh, because yeah. Why?
Right?
Why start now when nothing's going on?
Rainy season.
Right, like when you have like 2 months off, you could do it then, but why wait till then? Wait till
cold
you're
right
like
now.
at your busy. Well, you're indoors, so Bubby. That's the thing. You're just taking out drywall and stuff to the
Yeah.
studs in that. They're not taking outside walls off.
Yeah.
But you can take the roof off, though.
I think they're
Put a new
redoing-
roof.
There's not really a roof. I think they're redoing windows too.
Oh, fancy! You're gonna get them double pane windows.
No
and,
idea.
What's the fancy?
Do you
window
have a
right
window?
I do.
here? Yeah, she got a window.
You've been in my office.
I've never looked out
looked
the
at
in.
me.
I look at you.
Yeah, he just.
I go to visit you, Amanda.
Yeah, I'm looking straight at you. I ain't looking at anything.
Look at your eyes.
There we go. That's a preview discussion we were having here before the podcast. That some people don't look at other people during the podcast. So
I do. I just don't stare.
So my office at my work. So here at the by the way, our upstairs bathroom, by the way, has no hot air at all. So if you enjoy a cold morning, it's a good way to go about it.
Oof.
So my office at work, as I said, the heater's out. Well, that's the one that does my office, and it is cold. It was like 50, like low 50s in there all day today, even with the space heaters running. So I'll be glad when this warms up a little bit. Next week's supposed to be like 40s for the high. So
I think we have 39 in a couple of days.
for a Wednesday, it's going to be high 30s.
And then back down to 19.
Yeah, and then cold again for the weekend. That'll always be fun for everyone. This is Weather Talk. Welcome to Weather Talk here on your
While Tyler's away.
your podcasting app of choice. We bring you the weather. Next, Boise, Idaho.
It's minus 6 degrees.
It's
also.
cold. Bundle up, kids. It's cold out there. So I've got okay. All right. For those of you who've listened to previous podcasts, if this is your first time, welcome. We thank you for joining us. you guys heard about me setting the kitchen on fire with the French fries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we all learned that microwaves need moisture to operate. So I said this time, you're not going to trick me again. I'm going to do this in the brand new air fryer that we got for Christmas. I'm going to make the French fries. And this thing, the French fries had instructions, right? So I'm like, I can't screw this up. I can do this, right?
And?
So the wife bought these little paper trays that you can put the food in to keep
liner.
The liner. It's a liner, yeah. To keep the little
air fryer basket clean.
Wow, Amanda's telling this story because she's got the words in her head that I do not.
I'm glad because I had no idea where you were going.
So it's got a little basket in it, right? And so if you cook the stuff in there, then the basket gets all dirty. And you got
greasy, yeah.
Yeah, but if you put the little paper liner in, then you don't have to clean it out because it's all getting on the paper liner, right?
Okay, I didn't know you could do that.
You can do that. What you can't do, though, is put the paper liner in first and then heat up the air fryer. Because I don't know if you understand the first word in air fryer, it's air. So it kind of circulates the air to heat it up so you can cook the food. Well, if you put the little piece of paper in there at the bottom and then turn that on so the air is it just sucks that piece of paper right up into the heating element and to the fan. All so my dumbass put that in there, heat that up, and then going to make the rest of my thing, and all of a sudden I hear and this little birdie smelling. I'm like, and I open it up, and the paper's gone. And I look up in there, and I can kind of see it, so I reach my hand in there and snatch it out, and that whole thing is just all the way around the edge. It's just burnt up. Like there holes all the way around it where it hit that heating element. Because I'm dumb as hell, and I don't know how an air fryer works.
You turned it off first.
Nope, I just reached in there. I'm not smart, Bubby. I'm just like, that thing's in there. I better get it out. I mean, what's the worst I can do? Burn myself? Not the first time, right? So once again, I have proven. Did I tell you about the trying to cook the pizza in there?
No.
Okay, so just like the French fries in the microwave, you can do the pizzas in the microwave, right? And they have that little silver tray that they cook in, and you put the thing on top, right? I'm like, I'm gonna do this in the air fryer, right? This is better. Put it in the microwave, it won't be nearly as soggy. And the oven, this takes like 25 minutes to cook it in the oven. I ain't got time for that in my life. I'm a wild animal. I want that food now. So I was like, I'm going to cook it in the air fryer. And the instructions for the air fryer told me that I have to do 20% less time and I have to do 25 degrees less temperature than what it says on the packaging. So it says 400 degrees, and I got to do it at 375. And it says 20 minutes, then I got to do it at 16 minutes because that's 20% less. So I was like, okay, I can do that. And then halfway through cooking on the air fryer, you're supposed to open up the basket and like it beeps at you, and you can open it up and shake things around and then put it back in and we'll keep cooking.
Yeah, a fancy one.
Yeah, it's fancy. So I said, okay, pizza was supposed to be at 400, 375. It's supposed to be for 14 minutes. So that's 1:40 times 2. So it's, I did the math. I don't have it in my head right now. And I set the timer for that. And I put the pizzas in there. I was like, good to go. And I went and got a drink and was talking to my wife. And then the thing beeps. I was like, I better go check on it just to be sure. I'm not going to shake it up, but I better go check on it just to be sure. And I opened that sumbitch up, and those things are black on the top. Because that cheese is not, I did not understand some instruction somewhere, because that cheese is just cooked on the top. And then the dough and the stuff underneath it are not even cooked a little bit. They are at best warm. And so I take that out and I put it on a plate, and I'm like, well, this is all I've got to eat, so I guess I'm going to have to eat this. And so, like bachelor days, Bubby, you remember back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Got that half-cooked burrito where it's still just chili in the middle and it's molten lava on the outsides. That's what my stupid ass is eating with those 2 microwave pizzas. And I'm like, I cannot make the microwave pizzas, as it turns out.
Yum.
Yeah. So I'm having real good luck with the air fryer so far.
I think I'd stick with the oven.
Yeah, well, I'm not smart, and I didn't read the instructions so much as I just plugged it in and started using it like I do everything else in this world. So it's going to be a little hit or miss until I figure it out, but it'll be fine, right?
I don't like using the air fryer. It's just too complicated.
Too complicated? You set the timer, you set the temperature, you put the stuff in there.
You think.
What do you got what is your problem at it?
Ours, you have to turn the dial to warm it up, but there's no setting to turn it to, no instruction of how far to turn it.
You got like a caveman air fryer.
And then you have to once it warms up, then you got to turn the dial again to the time that you're supposed to cook for.
So do you set temperature on it, or you just got a dial?
Temperature has there's a one dial for temperature and one dial for on for timing.
Okay.
And I never know how long to warm
So it's
it
like
up.
it's like an old school microwave with one of them that you just turn the dial and it starts cooking. Did you ever have one of those when you were growing up?
Toaster oven?
No, like a microwave, but instead of like punching in time and numbers, it just had a big old dial on the front. You could set it to like
convenience store warming up a sandwich.
yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah, you gotta turn it to 5.
Turn it to 5, yeah, and then cook for 5 minutes or whatever it is. Yeah,
No,
that's what we had when I was growing up, which is a big old knob. You turn it and you just got to watch it. And you're like, kind of looks done. I'll open it up now.
Yeah, this does have a light to let me know that it's gone from warm up to it's warmed to temperature.
Okay, because mine says like preheat and cook, and it's got all kinds of.
Yours is fancy.
I got it for Christmas.
I got 2 dials and a light.
I got 2 dials and a light. Got 2 turntables and a microphone. That's all Bobby's got. Where's that?
That's it. I can't figure it out.
But you said you're cooking the chicken nuggets and what have you in there.
Yeah, and did I tell you what my New Year's resolution was?
No, new year, new you.
I thought it was to grow hair.
Oh,
Didn't you say that?
Amanda.
I feel like you said that on
that's
a
a
podcast.
hard no.
I think
that
you
is just
dreamed it, Amanda.
that's
I
just
don't remember saying that. Something
just
that's
a
impossible.
I'm gonna pull it up.
hard burn that Amanda just is coming
It
out with.
is.
I'm gonna pull it
I don't know whether to be offended or.
It's going to turn out to be some like other podcast that you just happen to be
No,
listening to.
We talked about New Year's resolutions.
We did talk
and
about
you
them, but
said
I don't
something
remember.
that
No,
included grow hair.
I'm not going to grow hair. How am I going
Do
to
it.
grow hair?
I don't
No,
know.
you know
That's
what?
You said.
Do it.
No.
Grow hair, Bubby.
My New Year's resolution.
Bite the soap, rookie.
No,
Prove we're wrong.
I'm going to tell you my New Year's resolution. This year, it's to not eat any French fries. So
The whole year. You
the
ain't
whole
gonna
year,
eat one French
I'm not
fry.
going to eat one French fry.
I've
But
already ruined that resolution if it were for me like 3 times over.
I haven't had any.
Today I had onion straws.
If I get something that usually comes with fries, I will substitute it for like fruit or salad or.
What about onion rings? Can you,
I didn't say I'm not going to have onion rings. I
That's
said
what
I'm
I'm
not going to
asking.
have French fries.
how about tater tots?
No.
The tater tots is in the French fry family.
Yeah.
Okay. Onion straws.
You call them tater tots. I've heard a lot of people call them potato barrels. I'm like, where did
What? Wait.
where did the word
What?
potato
What?
barrels come from?
I think there's some fast food place that calls them potato barrels.
All
I'm
right.
not sure which. I'll find out.
You
I
find
know
out.
in the South they call them potato barrels.
They do
too.
not.
They do not.
They do.
You can go straight to hell. They don't call them tater barrels.
Florida's in the South, and I watch videos
Potato
of people
barrels?
doing.
What cult webs? Is this
blogs.
Illuminati stuff again, Bubby? Is this
No.
video? Is this Illuminati talk that you're only allowed to talk to other Illuminati people with? Potato barrels.
Potato barrel. I guess it's
All right, folks.
a fancy
If
word.
you call them potato barrels where you live, please write into the podcast and let me know where you live, because I do not believe anybody calls them potato barrels.
I think at Disney they have a place that calls them potato barrels.
All right, I understand Disney because Disney's just doing wacky crap all day, every day. But
Taco Time calls them potato barrels.
where's Taco?
I don't.
What
know.
is that? Is that a video game?
It's like Burger Time but with tacos.
Burger time tacos. Yeah,
That's my wife's favorite game is Burger Time. Have I told you
that
that?
was fun. That was old school right there.
So, all right, here's a little story while Amanda's looking up tater barrels here. I bought an arcade machine. So I had an arcade. Let's back up even more. Have we talked about arcade machines on here before?
I don't. Not yours. I don't think.
Okay, so I had an arcade machine when I moved into this house. It was a Donkey Kong Jr. machine.
Oh, the one
And,
I have.
Yeah, but we'll get to that part.
Oh,
buddy.
go ahead.
I went backwards in time to set up a story.
Okay.
This is good
Well,
storytelling.
you're confusing me at first. Okay.
Okay, so I had a Donkey Kong Jr. sitting out my garage. And see, we're in the basement. You see them stairs over there, right,
Yep.
Bubby? And there's no chance in hell I was getting that thing down those stairs, right?
No.
And then my office at the time was upstairs on the top floor.
Right.
And there was zero chance I was getting that thing up them stairs either.
Nope.
So it was sitting out in my garage. And it had rained a couple times, and a little water gets in the garage. And I was like, this thing is just going to get ruined out of here. So one day I just called Bubby up. Hey, Bubby, you want an arcade machine? Bubby was like, how much? I said, you get your truck, you get it over here. I'll help you take it to your house. I'll give it to you. I just need it out of here because it's going to get ruined, and I didn't want that to happen. So Bubby shows up with his truck. Me and Bubby have hauled a lot of things in that truck. None of them I should have been hauling in that truck. But we're going to haul this arcade machine, that big-ass TV.
TV. Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about that another time. But Bubby shows up with the truck. We load it up into the back of his truck. Drive to his house. Now, he wants it in the basement, so we're going to have to drive it around to the back of his house. He's got a gate. We can drive his car into the backyard, and we drive it down to the back of the house. So we pull up, Amanda.
I'm listening.
And
I'm listening.
Yeah, not
I
talking
have
about.
no idea where he's going with this.
We pull up into the backyard, and here comes Parker.
Oh,
okay?
Okay.
You not remember this?
No.
Okay, so me and Bubby got to unload this thing out of the back of the truck. And here comes Parker to see what we're doing, right? And we're talking. I say, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" He's like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, "We're going to put this in your basement so you can play Donkey Kong." At that moment in time, the little coin door, I don't have the key for the coin door, so I had turned the lock sideways so it wouldn't lock. So it just kind of flaps open and closed. That thing flapped open. Parker then immediately needed to see what was inside that coin door. Now, me and Bubby are trying to unload this thing from the back of this truck, and Parker is trying to push through Bubby to get to that coin door to see what's inside it.
Okay.
And he will not quit.
No.
And so we're trying to get that thing in here, and Parker's just like shimmying that thing, trying to get between Bubby and that arcade machine so he can look at that little door. And Bubby's just yelling like, "You can look at it when it gets on the ground. Stop trying to get in here." And Parker's not taking no for an answer on this one. So
Welcome to my world.
so we finally get the thing on the ground, and Parker gets to look inside and see that there's, in fact, nothing in the coin door. And we drag that thing into Bubby's house. So I've been wanting another arcade machine for a long time. My favorite one was called a Neo Geo, and it's a cart-based video game system. So you buy the arcade cabinet. This was back in the day, and the arcade owner would buy the cabinet, and then he could buy carts for new games. So the first one, he'd have Samurai Showdown in there, and we'd be playing Samurai Showdown. And the original ones only had one cart, and then eventually they expanded to you get one with 4 different carts so you could select your game and then play your game. Well, I'd always wanted one of those because this was my favorite one in the arcade. I always loved all the games they had, King of the Monsters and Samurai Showdown, all those games I loved. So I'd been kind of keeping my eye out for one, and I finally found one in Oklahoma. That was a reasonable price, so I went and picked it up, and I dragged it all the way back to the house. I rented a truck and dragged it all the way to the back of the house. Did not think about how I was going to get it into my house once I got it here, because it's just me and the missus. So I have a little tiny dolly, and I'm trying to drag it. I get it out of the truck, no problem, because it just kind of tips out of the truck. Get it on the dolly. Then I have to drag it through the front yard, up the little hill that's in my front yard. Now comes the difficult part. I have to transfer it into the house. And the wheels on this dolly are maybe 4 inches across. They are not very big. So I am trying to get this thing into the house. It has wheels on the back of it, so once I get in the house, I can just tip it back and roll it into where I want it to go.
This isn't upright?
It's upright, yeah.
Okay.
It's a full-size cabinet. And so I kind of get it to the door, and I kind of shove it in there, and then I got to scoot it, and I finally get in the house. Big fucking effort. Get it all the way back into my office, get it plugged in. I have to dick with it a little bit because it's kind of jostled around from the shipping, but I finally get everything working and looking good. Got Samurai Showdown loaded up on it. I got a 64-in-1 cart. Had all the Neo Geo games on it. 64, 81, I don't remember what was on it. Load that thing in there, and I show my wife. I'm so proud of this, right? And she takes one look at it and goes, "Does it play Burger Time?" And I went, No, it doesn't play Burger Time. It plays all the Neo Geo games, which are my favorite. She goes, "Oh." And then just walks out, gone. I'm like, okay. So I'm playing video games. A day goes by, maybe 2 days go by. She comes back in, sees it again, goes, "Does it play Burger Time yet?" And I went,
Yet?
I went, no, it just plays the Samurai Showdown. She goes, "Oh." And then she leaves. It's done. Doesn't care. 3rd time, she comes back in. "Hey, when is that thing going to play Burger Time?" I'm like, as soon as I get the thing, I guess. So then I got to go online, and I buy like a 5,001 cart for this thing.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, so I got to order it from China because you can't get it from here. So I got to order from China. They ship it over here. It takes like 3 weeks to ship it here. The whole time I'm hearing about Burger Time. I finally get it here. I get it loaded in, but now the screen's like jacked up because it's not the same. So I have to do a lot of adjustments on the screen and stuff. So I'm spending like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours getting the screen finally lined out. It's still a little wonky, but I have to put a resistor in and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to do.
Good grief.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like owning an arcade machine is kind of a pain in the ass, especially if you're doing this, just to play Burger Time. So I get it all set up. Burger Time's on the front page of the games list. It's like one of the favorites. It's like the #1 game on the thing. She comes in, plays Burger Time for about 10 minutes and goes, Okay, that was fun. Leaves, never comes back ever for burger time. Just doesn't. Wanted to play the burger time the one time. That was it. She's played it like twice since then, but no.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's in my office.
Where are we playing it?
Yeah, we could go play it.
I never knew you had that.
Yeah, I got that in my office.
That's cool.
So anyway,
I don't know what burger time is.
Burger Time is an old school video game where you are a chef and you have to run around the board, and there are pieces of a hamburger. So you got the bottom bun, like tomato, lettuce, hamburger bun, a hamburger, and then top bun. And they're all on like different levels. And you have to go up these little ladders and run across them, and then they'll drop down. And you start at the top, and you boom, 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 boom. As they drop down, you make a burger at the very bottom. The whole time you're being chased by the bad guys, which are like eggs and like pickles. Yeah, the bad guys are just trying to get you, and you're trying to avoid them. And you can throw salt on them to stun them, but you only get like 5 or 6 salts the whole game. So you got to save those up till you need them. It's just back then, like the 80s, they made a lot of dumbass games, and this was one of them.
I liked Paperboy.
Paperboys is a good one. I could play Paperboy, but it's not the same experience because I don't have the steering wheel from the old school Paperboy.
Excitebike. I like that one.
That's the Nintendo. I don't think that one.
Yeah, but the arcade had handles.
That arcade had the handles as well. Yeah. I like Spy Hunter. That was my favorite one. It had a steering wheel, and you drove the spy car, and you could drive it into the back of the of truck, kind of like Knight Rider did. It was pretty good. Anyway,
pole position.
Shit. Are you serious?
I think it's a show.
It's a TV.
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to explain this, and it's not going to
Apparently he drove into a truck.
Okay. I'm going to explain this, and it makes no sense explaining it now. David Hasselhoff. Do you know who David Hasselhoff is?
Yep.
Baywatch fame. Okay. This is David Hasselhoff, right? Yep. Yes, I'm correct on this. He was just a guy, right? Was David Hasselhoff? He wasn't like...
He had no superpowers.
He had no superpower. I think he was just a guy, though.
He could chase people and fight.
But he had a car. The car's name was KITT, K-I-T-T.
Okay.
That stood for something. I don't know what it stood for. I could look it up, but I don't care that much. But KITT could talk. KITT was like a computer car before. It was like Google car before Google cars. And so KITT could talk. And it had like machine guns and like rocket launchers and like turbo boost and stuff too. It was a pretty slick car. And anyway, he'd go and he'd fight bad guys and you know, like right wrongs or whatever it is. But like the home operations base of this whole thing was in the back of a semi truck.
Oh.
And so like when they were like he was going out to do a mission or whatever, he would drive backwards out of that truck as it's cruising down the highway. Yeah. Like the back would just drop down, whoop, 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 and then he would back out onto the highway. So the truck's going at speed. He is not going at speed.
It looked like at speed to us, but you know, it was
Stevie.
Going 20 miles an hour.
But anyway, that back door drops and it's just dragging behind, and he's got to like at the back and then hit that road. He has no forward momentum. In fact, he has reverse momentum at this point and just and skid out. If there's anybody behind him, they're just going to plow straight into him. So you gotta like find an open stretch of road to make this thing happen.
It always was.
But then when he comes back, they're still driving down the highway at 60 miles an hour, and they lower that back. And now he's got to come up on that thing, and he's going faster than the truck. And he's got to whoop up into the back of that truck at full speed and then brake it. Yeah, brake it. And inside that thing is like a whole like laboratory and like computers down the sides.
Big TV screen.
Big people working in there and shit. And here comes this car just whipping it at 65 miles an hour into the back of this semi truck. This is a terrible plan. Like, you could have done something better than that. You could have pulled over and let him in, but no, we got to do this thing at speed.
Yeah.
So
they got to get away.
And it was an old it was a Trans Am, wasn't it? It was a Trans Am. Yeah. But he had a light on the front. Like between the headlights, there's a red light that just went whoop, 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 kind of like a Cylon, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. And then KITT would just talk to
Battlestar Galactica
Michael Knight as he drove around in his fancy car. And that was the whole premise of the show.
Oh, so it's Knight Rider because his name is Knight.
Yeah, his name is Michael Knight.
I see.
Knight Rider.
My name's
Mind
Mike
Quad.
Knight.
Yeah. My name is Mike Knight. That's exactly it. So that was Knight Rider. Did you find out where tater barrels are from?
Not really.
No, just Bubby's imagination.
No,
I think I saw them at Disney as well.
Okay. Did you see? Is this where you saw them, Bubby?
Yes.
Tater barrels.
That's why I mentioned Florida.
Okay, but it's just Disney.
It's just Disney.
Yeah,
It's a
I
Disney
just
thing.
figured it was a Florida thing.
No, I think it's just
Disney
Disney.
thing.
Disney's like, no, we ain't got tater tots. We got
Potato barrel.
Potato barrel.
Well, because it's that
tater tots probably.
the Woody's lunchbox thing or whatever,
Oh,
so
gotcha.
it's just themed.
Gotcha.
Wild West.
Doesn't Universal have them?
I doubt
I'm
it.
Potato
sure they
barrels?
have tater tots.
Potato barrel.
Okay, I'm going back to where my original question was though, because Bubby's not allowed to eat French fries, not allowed to
No
eat
tater barrels.
tater barrels. How about onion straws?
There's no potato in that.
Is it just potato based that you're not allowed to have?
Just potatoes. Yeah,
So
fried
pot-
potatoes.
So no potato cakes, no curly fries, no regular fries, no crinkle fries.
Nope.
You're just making them sad.
I know, right? I'm trying to think of other like
Because I'm
fried
thinking of everything I said I'm
potato.
going to have.
Potato chips? Can you have potato chips?
I
'Cause they're-
probably would, but I
They are technically
I
fried
don't-
potatoes.
don't care to have any.
You don't like potato Pringles?
I would rather have flavored stuff.
Flavored.
Flavored,
Well,
not
you
potato
know,
flavored, but
corn chips with nacho
Tortilla.
cheese. Or,
Okay.
I don't know, like Draitos
all right.
or Fritos.
But any onion based, you're fine with.
yeah.
Cheese curd? Can you have a cheese curd?
Sure.
That's deep fried cheese.
It's
just
French
the French
fries.
fry. I'm just trying to get my mind around what's going on here, Bobby.
That's my New Year's resolution. I'm sticking to it.
Okay. I didn't make a New Year's resolution this year. I'm going to assume Amanda.
I never do.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
Yeah, that's why I remember
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it before.
But I guess we
You
never
said
heard what
you
yours. Huh?
No, we talked about it. I just don't remember saying I was going to grow hair.
Well, now you're falling behind, so get on it. All right.
I think you did because we were talking. I was like, why would you want to just set yourself up for failure at the beginning of the year?
Grow your hair. Grow your
Saying
hair.
Growing hair.
Now I'm going to have to go back and listen and see
Yeah.
if Bubby actually said he was going to grow his hair.
Like not get a haircut? Is that what I meant?
I'm not inside your head.
Sometimes.
I'm thinking about getting a haircut. I think I'm about done with
You-
oh.
If
Don't go
any-
to my place. They'll just keep rescheduling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'll just schedule it there and like, oh, I was going to get a cut, but they
Talking about
rescheduled.
setting yourself up for disappointment.
What's that? Cutting my hair?
Scheduling a haircut.
Oh, I usually go to the what's the fancy?
Super clips.
No, I used to
Sports
go to
clips.
I used to go to
Something clips.
Supercuts because I didn't care back in the day, and I'd just be like, "Here's $10, fuck it up all you want," because you ain't gonna get it right, so you might as well just not pay a lot for it. No, now I go to the what's the barbershop, fancy barbershop here? No, Hudson Hawk.
That's
That's where I go to get my hair cut.
except it's not $10 anymore. It's $20.
Yeah. Also, they are also just fucking it up. So I haven't found one that I like yet. There's a bunch of them here in town.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried several of them. One of them I know I do not like. One was fine, and then there's another one I want to try. The one on Campbell, right next to the where you go to lunch on Mondays.
That's a Hudson Hawk.
What?
That's a Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, he knows.
That's what I'm
not he
saying.
said.
I thought you said that's where you went.
I said I've been to 2 of the Hudson Hawks, and I'm going to try the one there.
Oh,
Next to the-
just a different location.
Different location, yeah.
Okay.
Because they've got different people, and it's not the same guy at every one of them.
Well, no.
So I'm trying to find the right person. You got to
Okay.
find that person who's not going to jack up your hair, and that is apparently more difficult than you would think. You got a guy, Bubby? You got a guy you go to?
No, I go to Super Clips, whatever it's called.
Supercuts?
Supercuts. Thank you. Chimney clips. Yeah.
You just go in there and say, do you go to the same one every time at least?
Have you seen my hair? I just have them buzz it.
Okay.
Like,
Number
put
2,
the number 1, number 2, and just cut it off.
just
I
do
wish
it all.
I could do that.
You could, technically.
Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah. No one's stopping you from doing it. I mean, people should.
No, I mean, just go to a random place and get my hair cut.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that, but they are going to jack it up. 100% they're going to jack it up. Is there a switch on that thing?
No, why?
Oh, just curious. Amanda has said she is not going to use any of the microphones that we have here in the podcast studio, and has brought her own microphone,
Yep, I
So-
like it.
so she can pretend like Freddie Mercury. She's going to get one of those little tiny short half stands.
Yeah.
Then she's going to do sound check with us. Boo, boo, that kind of stuff.
Check 1, 2.
Here we
Drum
go.
Mic stand.
Mike Stand. Michael.
A drum mic.
My name's Mike Stand. This is going well. We are covering.
Did you have some Malort before I got here?
No, I wish. It's sitting over there. If you're where are we at?
Is your wife still mad at me?
Yes. Stop ruining Christmas and stop stealing all their booze.
I have one left.
I thought you were bringing those back. No.
You said
It
don't
was
worry
too
about
late.
it.
It was too.
All
I
right.
thought it was
I
too
have
late.
exciting news.
We'll see.
Oh, no. This is exciting news. Friend of the podcast, Carol,
Carol,
drink, will be sending us some packages. The first one to arrive this Friday and the one shortly after. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but she has made a request of the podcast, and I have agreed to that. And then she said she was going to supply the things we needed to do.
I know what it is.
Oh, exciting. Do you know what it is, or you just going to take a wild
It's
guess?
Anthony in a box.
Oh, but it's 2 boxes.
Wait
so
a minute.
She couldn't get them all.
Only the first part.
Yeah, she couldn't get them all in one box. So
That's like
we get
Carol.
Anthony in the Month Club. We just get parts that we can assemble our own. No, it is not Anthony in a box, but I think it will be fun. So I'm excited about this. That's a teaser for upcoming episodes.
I won't be here though.
Oh, we'll make sure you're here for it.
What do you mean?
I'm gone next week.
Yeah,
All week.
all week.
All week.
Boys only, pants only, pants
can
optional
call
podcast. You could call in. Yeah, we have the technology now. Tyler, I don't think can call in this time though, because he is, like I said, making
Swimming.
a skating rink in his kitchen. So that's gonna be real fun for everybody. So I got that.
I like how Carol is living the dream. You know what she's doing right now?
What's she doing?
She's playing.
Don't dox her.
You can tell us later.
You can tell us. Go ahead.
She's having-
I can cut it out.
Do you know what she's doing either?
No, I don't keep up with anyone.
She's playing Anne Margaret. I'll just say that.
You can say that.
we know.
No, you can tell. She's a performer.
Yeah.
I mean, she wants people to come see her show.
Well, of course.
So you can plug it. Give her a free plug, Bubby.
I believe it's at Legends. Yeah, I'm not sure where, but
Just-
one of the Legends.
if there's a Legends
job. Good
Theater,
job, Bubby.
if there's a Legends
Legends
Theater,
Theater
Go
with
try to-
Anne Margaret.
Go see if she's there.
yeah, go just swing by and say, "Hey, listen, is Anne Margaret performing
She does
tonight?"
such a great job. She's performing with Elvis Presley.
There you go. So if you happen to live in, I'm going to guess New Jersey, but I'm not going to say for sure if that's the Legends.
I don't know for sure.
It is not the one in Branson. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's not that.
It's probably not the one in Vegas, but I can't say for sure on that one.
I'm not sure.
But Carol, if you want us to plug it, to do a better job of plugging this, just let us know, and we will do a better job of plugging
Or
this.
maybe we can have her come on and she can plug it herself.
Right? We're waiting
have
on
that
that. We have the
capability.
technology now. So,
I could probably find it if I looked hard enough.
all right, Bubby's going to look that up. While he's looking that up, today for lunch, I went to.
I need a Kleenex. It's cold and my nose is drippy.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, folks.
I don't know.
And we're back. Amanda had to go get herself a
puppy.
puppy. She
Hi.
brought a dog back with her. Finn
Dog
is here.
doesn't like me.
Hey, Finn, what you doing? He's thinking. So, went to lunch today at a famous person's restaurant.
Colonel Sanders.
No, Colonel Silent. He is famous, but
Ronald McDonald.
these people are not dead. This is a family business. There are 9 members of the family, but you probably only know 2 of them. We went to Wahlburgers, home of Donnie Wahlberg, and
Fake Wahlburgers.
Been there and done that.
is it fake? No, it's
Well, I mean,
it's themed. I mean, it's
it's
in
in the grocery store.
yeah, it's in our local Hy-Vee grocery store.
My Hy-Vee grocery store.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you have yours.
Yeah, they don't have
And
no
I-
Wahlburgers
no.
to mine over there, though. Let me tell you what, that Hy-Vee, now we're just going to talk about this, that Hy-Vee is way nicer than the one by my work.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
correct.
Like, we went to check out, like, their little hot plate section, you know, where they got little foods. And the one by us, you can get chicken strips, fried chicken, or usually some sort of pork tenderloin. Maybe meatloaf if you're lucky.
Yeah.
This one up here, it had salmon, it had ribs, it had all kinds of fancy
You
foods.
can get a pizza.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
ours has
buffet.
pizza. So ours has the pizza and the Chinese and the hibachi grill. But then, like, the hot bar there
Yeah.
is slim pickings every time. But this one up here had all kinds of different options, and you had the Wahlburgers. So that's definitely the nice. Hey kids, get in the truck. We're going to the nice Hy-Vee. We ain't going to the bad one. We're going to the nice one this time. Put your fancy shoes on. So I'm waiting in line to get my burger, right? I'm standing there in line looking at my options, and they got the deal, the $10 deal. I'm like, I'll just get the $10 deal. I was like, I could get the $10 deal, but I could double the patty up for like $3 more, it looks like. So I'm like, I like the deal, but can I get the double patty? She goes, I can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do that? She goes, you can't get the double patty on the deal. And I'm like, is Donnie watching? Is Marky Mark here keeping an eye on you? Are you being held hostage, please? So you have a choice of cheeses. This is where I'm getting to on this story. You have a choice of cheeses for your burger, right? The number one option cheese, do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's government cheese.
Government cheese, Bubby.
Yes.
You can get government cheese.
I've had it.
Yeah.
I've had their patty melts. It's really good.
Yeah, I had. So when you worked at a fancy camp, summer camp. I worked at a 4-H camp. And let me tell you that government cheese was one of the cheeses that you had the option of.
Yeah.
You also had government peanut butter and government jelly. That came in like the big ass, like, I don't know, 25-pound jar of peanut butter.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's government assistant peanut butter right there.
Wow.
And so they would get, because it's a summer camp for a lot of poor kids go to 4-H camp. I think it's subsidized in some way. And so I went to 4-H camp all the time. We weren't necessarily poor, but I liked 4-H camp, so we'd always go. And then I worked at one for a couple summers, and government cheese, government peanut butter. And so when I saw Wahlburger government cheese, I was like, hell yeah, government cheese. This is the way to do it.
What'd you get?
I got the single patty because I could not do that with the deal, apparently. I didn't want to mix it up because it was my first time going to Wahlburgers. I had never been there before.
Need the experience.
Let me tell you what.
The one at Coney Island.
Oh, that sounds way fancier.
I don't know if I'd call it fancy.
It's not in Hy-Vee.
But they had there, I think it's like Mom's meatloaf.
Isn't that a freestanding?
Sloppy Joe.
Oh, that
building.
That sounds delicious.
I don't know
But it's their own freestanding building. It's not part of a store. Yeah.
Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
I've seen it on their show.
Yeah. But it was real good. But you can't get it at Hy-Vee, and it makes me sad.
No, Hy-Vee, you can get Donnie's favorite one, whatever that one is. You can get Mark's favorite one. And you can get Jen's, which I didn't realize to begin with was Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Because for some reason we're calling her Jen. You could get Jen's sandwich, but you couldn't. There was no Mom's sandwich.
I know. I'm trying to.
And there's 9 kids. They have 9 kids in that family.
Yeah.
And none of the other kids got a sandwich.
That's why they have government cheese.
Right.
But they have a lot more like at their actual places.
This is the food truck version of a Wahlburgers, but it's in a Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
But I went with a standard, but I did get onion straws, which I've said like.
I was going to say, did you get French fries?
No, I did not get French fries. 3 of us went, and we went fried pickle chips, onion straws, and then one got French fries. So onion straws were pretty good, and the pickle chicks didn't have no pickle chip dip, but other than that, they were pretty good.
Parker loves pickle chips.
Does he?
Loves them.
Saying it or just eating them?
Eating them.
Of
course, he likes just pickles too.
Yeah, you have
They're
pickles.
delicious.
What kind?
What?
What kind are delicious? I have a very strong line that I'm going to draw on the sand
I
here.
like all of them. I love especially like if you take like a pickle and you quarter it like long ways, like the pickle spears, and you just batter that. I'll eat the crap out of those.
I don't like dill pickles.
Oh,
even a little.
I don't like pickles.
I don't like sweet pickles.
I love sweet pickles. There's a jar
like
of sweet pickles in that fridge upstairs that I will just go and get a couple pickles out of every once in a while. Because
don't like any pickle.
What you got against pickles, Bubby?
I just never like the taste.
Sweet or dill?
Nope.
You ever had a sweet pickle?
Yep.
Okay. Relish? Do you like relish?
No.
My mom used to only give us sweet pickles, and so I was like, I hate pickles.
That's my mom and juicy fruit
like
gum.
Then I had like a tart pickle, and I was like, these are amazing.
These are magical. Like a tart pickle.
I do love the Wahlburgers tub of dill pickles. You can buy them at Hy-Vee.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Oh my gosh. Well, you wouldn't like them.
No, I would not like them.
But they have like chunks of dill floating around in them, and I will eat the crap out
Dill's
of those.
like a plant, right? Like thyme or rosemary, any of those. Dill.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot called for dill in my life. I'm going to be honest with you, since I don't like the dill pickles. Checking your watch. You got somewhere to be, Bobby?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, I got totally thrown off there. But yeah, I growing up, like whenever we go to like a barbecue place or something, they always put pickles on there.
Mm-hmm.
At a barbecue place, you're a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
It could be sweet pickle, could be a dill pickle.
Yeah.
McDonald's, though, you're always getting that nasty ass dill pickle. I don't want it. I don't need it. Don't want no
Those
part of
pickles
it.
are just nasty.
Is that the pick your cheese? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, pick your cheese.
Okay.
You get the government cheese as the first choice.
Just want to make sure.
You gonna go and get you some government cheese now, Bubby?
No, there's much better cheese out there now. Thank you, that I can afford.
Yeah, I would rate that like a 6 or 7 on that burger scale there. The Wahlburger burger. It wasn't bad. It's slow. Like they got one lady working that place. That poor lady's cooking burgers and serving burgers and taking orders.
So I went on the first day they opened, and they had that place employed. There was just so many people
not this
behind the counter. It took like 2 minutes to get your order.
Oh, not today. Not today, Satan.
It was good, too.
Okay. So I would recommend a Wahlburgers. What's your favorite burger here in town, Bubby?
I like a smash type burger like Freddy's.
Okay.
I like Freddy's a lot. If I want a thicker burger, I'll go to Bears.
Okay.
I eat Bears.
Get that peanut butter and jelly burger there.
Peanut butter jelly burger, which I found out is like a Minnesota thing.
Yeah. They also have that at the cheesesteak place. Has a cheesesteak with grape jelly on it. It's called like the what's the lady from Catwoman? Not Michelle Pfeiffer, but the other Catwoman. Halle Berry. It's called the Halle. I got there eventually.
Okay.
Alzheimer's is a bitch. I don't know what to tell you. It's called the Halle Berry, and it's got like jalapenos on it, and it's got like. I get it now. I just got it. Like I'm just playing. Got jalapenos, Halle, and then berry is the grape jelly. Halle Berry. Okay. Good on you. She's like, I'm slow as hell, people. I don't know what to tell you. Dumb as a box of rocks here. So they got that, which, is about as good as it sounds. All right, you got a story, Bubby? I still don't have the sound effect. I still haven't found it yet. It's on my work computer somewhere. No. You're good.
I mean, not really. I mean, okay. Parker, I can just say how much I'm paying Parker's been lately. I mean, so Kathy's sick.
Is he out of Post-it notes yet? That's my first question.
He has only been to church one time since then.
Okay.
He missed church this week.
They asked him to stay home?
Probably.
They're like,
no.
You can keep Parker home. We don't need him here.
I have to. Actually, my wife just didn't want to get out.
It's been cruddy weather.
Too cold, yeah.
It's been cruddy weather.
But yesterday I came home from church and Parker was just like had been mean to my wife and picking on her and just saying everything that we don't want him to say that makes us mad.
She's out of control.
She'd had enough, and so she like went to the bedroom and retired for the rest of the day. I had put up.
That's like old school.
Yeah, she just
I'll
watched
be retiring
TV.
to the lanai. You can deal with the boy for the rest of the day.
That's what happened. She watched TV and went to the bedroom. But
I said, "This is your problem."
Yeah. So he was just all night long. Just wouldn't mind. It was just crazy.
That's you growing up, Bubby. I imagine that's you growing up. Just out of control.
I was a much better kid. And of course, blames everything on autism. So he does. He goes, "I have autism." I'm like, I don't care. I still know right from wrong.
But that's not what's going on here.
He tries.
Like every time I drop something out of my hand, and I say I'm missing a finger, even though that it's not on that hand that I dropped it out of.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same deal.
Like, yeah, but he does it all the time. I think he thinks it's what the cause. It's like, no.
So Amanda's birthday's coming up this weekend.
Yeah. Yay.
And it's a big one. Turn the big 50. 41. Any advice to the young kids out there, Amanda, as you words of wisdom as you're turning 41 here? No. Just suck it, kids. You're on your own.
The sooner you don't care, the better.
You know what? That's good advice. That's
not bad.
That is 100% good advice right there, kids.
If you're actually going from 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s.
You know what? No. High school. Kids, if you're out there listening to this episode, I don't know if you are or not. You don't care. If you're in high school, let me tell you right now. Let me give you a piece of advice that you can take with you the rest of your life. None of those people matter. None of it. Don't care about none of it. You're not going to talk to one of those people ever again. Once you graduate and go to college and then graduate college, you ain't going to talk to none of those people. You don't care what those people think. You don't care what those people say. Live your own life. Do what you want to do. Don't worry about those people. None of what they say matters.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing. They're dumb as hell. Just like you.
You know what? It's all fish and chips.
It's all fish and chips. That's what we're saying here, kids. Just remember. This is my advice. We're now an advice podcast. First is the weather. Now it's this. But that's one of those things. Like you always hear about these kids, like, in school, and they're all stressed out about the other kids picking up. No, those kids are dumb as hell. Those kids don't know nothing. You know what? They used to make fun of in my school. Bubby, you'll know this, man. This is before your times. Fat laces. You remember fat laces, Bubby? Did you ever have fat laces?
We've talked about it, so I know what they are.
They are not ringing a bell.
They're fat laces.
Fat laces. I mean, it's very. The words explain themselves, Bubby.
Okay. Did you have to buy them separate?
Oh yeah, those are special.
Shoes?
You had to special get the fat laces.
Okay. And kids made fun of them, or
If you didn't have them.
didn't have them.
If you didn't have fat laces, like when I was growing up, they made fun of you. Most people don't even know what fat laces are. For those kids, if you don't know, they're shoelaces, but they're real fat, and you could lace them up a certain way so that they would lay flat on the top of your shoe. So it would be like these rows, but they had patterns, or you could get a whole bunch of different kinds. And it was like a big deal. Like you could get them laid out just looking just perfect and stuff. And everybody had fat laces. It was a big thing for like a year. I don't know, 6 months, a week. I don't know how long it was popular for, but I distinctly remember fat laces. And
I remember that you had to roll up your pants.
the cuffs. Get your cuffs rolled up.
You had to
tight.
roll those up tight.
Yep. You know what no one ever does ever anymore? Roll them fucking
those
cuffs.
up tight. Yeah, and that was a high school thing. And Swatch watches.
Swatch.
Gas watches.
You know what a Swatch watch is, Amanda?
Yeah.
I had one of those.
You know what? I kind of wish I had a Swatch watch still.
I remember we had like a double spread color page in our yearbook.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
So it was all about things that were popular that year.
Okay.
So it was all Coca-Cola sweatshirts and stuff like that. It was the rolled up jeans, pictures of that. And then there was like
Poodle skirts.
7 of us.
Skirts.
No.
Sock hops.
I'm not that old. There was like 7 of
Malted.
us that
Egg cream.
Egg cream.
we alternated our wrists. I have no idea what you're talking about. We alternated our wrists and
Too
our
old for egg
watches and took a picture of it, and so you can see guess watches, Swatch watch, and stuff like that. So
Guess watches.
That picture's in our.
And you know what, kids? You don't even know what any of that stuff is. So that's how important it was. Not at all. So don't worry about
buy
it.
Coca-Cola stuff, but
Yeah, but not like.
but that's
But you're like grandma buys Coca-Cola stuff. You don't buy Coca-Cola stuff for yourself.
no. I meant you can buy sweatshirts. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But your grandma bought you that for Christmas. She got you that Coca-Cola shirt. You didn't go out.
I
and go,
don't know.
I'm gonna need a damn.
I don't buy it, but
I got
somebody
no,
might.
no kids today are going. Where the hell can I
no
get
idea.
me a Pepsi Crystal Light sweatshirt?
Epcot. You can
No.
get. You can,
Epcot.
Now they
Coca-Cola.
want something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
you can buy it at the Coke store at Epcot.
Did you get that Beverly while you're down there, Bubby?
You know I did.
That Beverly,
Nasty.
Beverly is no good.
That's probably your favorite.
My brother-in-law, I think it's him, that listens to this podcast. He likes the Beverly. It's not weird.
What's wrong with you? Why you like that Beverly? It doesn't taste good.
What city is it
No.
from? Or what
What city is it
what
from?
country is it from?
I don't remember what
Tell me what city.
I think it's from the UK.
It's from Italy.
Italy.
The Beverly is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The Beverly. Hey, yep.
Yep.
Oh,
I think it's mostly just the shock because you try all those other sweet ones and then you try that one and you're like, what?
This is
Right.
so bitter.
I would like to. I would also like to make a formal apology
Okay, I'm ready.
on behalf of the podcast
Oh.
to all the people from Great Britain and Ireland
Oh, yeah, that tune in and are like,
who
what?
sign up for this podcast, and then it's this. And we've got a bunch of them here for this
Yeah.
this last since first start of January because I can see like
Yeah.
where people are from, and we've got a bunch from the UK and Ireland and stuff like that. And I apologize for this not being the podcast you were thinking it was going to be, but we do have one from Germany that just downloaded like yesterday or the day before.
Nice.
So welcome, Guten Tag. I think that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to tell that story and then we're going to get out of here. So I used to work on cruise ships, and I was working on a cruise ship this is how I learned to count to 10 in German. It was a brand new cruise ship, and they're bringing it out. So we're still in the dock, and we're installing the new shows for this, but they're also still fitting the ship and they're still testing everything. So they used to make announcements over the paging system all the time. That's how they communicate with like their crews and stuff during the day. And there was a guy on there named his last name is Dreyer. Okay, now instead of Mr. in German, it's Herr. So they would page him over the paging system, and it would be Herr Dreyer, Herr Dreyer, Herr Dreyer, Herr Dreyer. And I laughed every time that happened. And then for like 2 days straight, they just were testing every speaker in every room. And so there was a guy whose job was just to go to count to 10. And then they would go from room to room to make sure the paging was working. And so all day for 2 days straight, all I hear is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he just kept doing it just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so that's how I learned to count to 10 in German. 100%. Because that dude just kept repeating it until it's just burned into my brain. Him and Herr Dreyer, Herr Dreyer.
That's pretty good.
All right. On that note, folks, before I cough myself to death, I think we're going to wrap this one up. If you'd like to email us here at the podcast, please feel free to email us with your podcast ideas or suggestions or comments or things you hate about it. You can reach us at itsallfishandchips@gmail.com. Check out our website at allfishandchips.com. Instagram is all fish and chips. TikTok, YouTube. We got a Facebook group now. That's just getting kicked off. As soon as episode 1 and 2 get back up, we'll be pushing that one officially. But that should be happening hopefully in the next week. We'll get both those episodes back up, and everything will be back on, and we'll be good to go. So check us out on all our social medias. You can also find them in the show notes where I put them every week. But other than that, my name is Thor.
Bubby.
Amanda.
On behalf of Tyler, who is currently bailing out his kitchen, remember, Tyler, no matter what's going on in your kitchen, it's all fish and chips.